Alright, we're ready. Episode number 7. What's in here? I should have just waited 1 second and I would have entered the loading zone in the previous episode. Welp. What can you do? I do not recall much of this. Well, this looks familiar actually. It's like rust water or something. Oh. Something's fallen down. I suppose there's nothing else here. I can observe whatever the hell that is. It's a few of them. But for now we're continuing. What freaking lever? Oh, this lever. You would expect it to be to the other side of the door, not on the wall on the side.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Science.
Johnson.
Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians, you're here because we want the best. And you are it. So, who is ready to make some science?
I am.
Now, you already met one another on the limo ride over, so let me introduce myself. I'm Cave Johnson. I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science.
Alright. And she's... I remember who she is, but... Ah, fuck it, I won't say anything for now. Oi! I missed. Oi. I overjumped by a mile. Why am I even jumping? Do I have to go that way? Or this way? Guess I can't go this way. Which means I probably have to go that way. Can't... Okay. There we go. Works like a charm.
There's 1,000 tests performed every day here in our enrichment spheres. I can't personally oversee every one of them, so these pre-recorded messages will cover any questions you might have and respond to any incidents that may occur in the course of your science adventure. Your test assignment will vary depending on the manner in which you have bent the world to your will. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
Interesting. Up. So we're going for the blue line? I'm pretty sure we're not gonna fight Mantis Men. I don't think we can do that with a portal gun. But it'd be interesting. Making holes so they can fall. I thought I had to get out there. But here we go again with the zoom nonsense. Oh boy. I totally survived. I didn't notice that I had to place it on the wall. To the left. There. It's even marked, and I still didn't notice it.
If If you've cut yourself at all in the course of these tests, you might have noticed that your blood is pure gasoline. That's normal. We've been shooting you with an invisible laser that's supposed to turn blood into gasoline. So all that means is, if you need to go, just a heads up, we're going to have a superconductor turned up full blast and pointed at you for the duration of this next test. I'll be honest, we're throwing science at the wall here to see what sticks. No idea what it'll do. Probably nothing. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case, some tumors, which we'll cut out. If you need to go to the bathroom after this next series of tests, please let a test associate know, because in all likelihood, whatever comes out of you is going to be coal. Only temporary, so do not worry. If it persists for a week, though, start worrying and come see us, because that's not supposed to happen. If you've cut yourself at all in the course of these tests, you might have noticed that your blood is pure gasoline. That's normal. We've been shooting you with... If you need to go to the bathroom after this next series, just a heads up, we're going to have a superconductor turned up full blast and pointed at you for the duration of this next test. I'll be honest, we're throwing science at the wall here to see what sticks. No idea what it'll do. Probably nothing. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case, some tumors, which we'll cut out.
Oh. There we go. Blue one, right? No Mantis meant for me. Okay. Never even noticed those things before, I don't think. That you can listen to the recordings. So where am I going? I came from there. And I have to go there. Probably didn't need to go up here at all. But it's fine. We got there in the end. 81st. Together we can make 1956 the lowest unexpected casualty annum ever. Gel flow. Test.
They say great science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
That's fine. Let's see what kind of science you can make. The bouncy pad sounds pretty fun. Bouncy gel. I forgot what it was made from. Jesus, that's bright.
All right, let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion.
9.
You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told.
Repulsion gel was Aperture's first attempt to create a dietetic pudding substitute. It's true the gel is a sweeter, slightly less non-toxic form of fiberglass insulation, Jesus, that causes subsequently ingested food items to bounce off the linings of a dieter's distended stomach and out of his or her mouth. For various reasons, this product was pulled from the shelves. Gee, I wonder why. Boing. So what's the goal here? Press the button. Boing. Get the cube. Repeat the process. Simple enough.
The lab boys just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here, I can talk about the control group all damn day.
True. A tiny office in the middle of freaking nowhere.
For this next test, we put nanoparticles in the gel. In layman's terms, that's a billion little gizmos that are going to travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth into your tumors. Now, maybe you don't have any tumors. Well, don't worry. If you sat on a folding chair in the lobby and weren't wearing lead underpants, we took care of that too.
How very considerate. God damn it, I could have made it. Why don't I just do that? There we go, simple enough. Couldn't take the cube with me, right? No. It's like wall jumping, but slow. Oh. There's the exit. Perfect.
Oh, in case you got covered in that repulsion gel, here's some advice the lab boys gave me. Do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you this, it's a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton.
Oh, good. But I suppose I'm immune to everything. Just like until now. Maybe I'm even a robot, who knows, an android or something. A cyborg, I don't know.
All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping, because that's not part of the test. That's asbestos. Good news is the lab boys say the symptoms of asbestos poisoning show a median latency of 44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you miss out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face.
Holy shit. The hell is happening here? We could have done this from the floor, but I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. There we go.
I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me. Bean counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive.
Does he see me? How did he know that I took a shortcut? Plop. Plop. Doesn't matter, I'm immune. There we go. I have a feeling maybe that's not what I was supposed to do. I have a sneaking suspicion. That should be enough. That should do it. Bounce. There we go.
Just a heads up, that coffee we gave you earlier had fluorescent calcium in it so we can track the neuronal activity in your brain. There's a slight chance the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself thinking about it. I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction.
Well, then I'm not gonna stress about it. Then I didn't have any coffee. One more test for this episode. The bouncy ones, I don't know, they're more fun. I don't know if there's multiple ways to solve some of these things or not. I'm not sure. I never really researched this game and how it was made. Yay. 27, whatever the hell that means.
Ep.7, we implanted a tiny microchip about the size of a postcard into your skull. Most likely you've forgotten it's even there. But if it starts vibrating and beeping during this next test, let us know. Because that means it's about to hit 500 degrees, so we're going to need to go ahead and get that out of you pretty fast.
Just gonna line up as much as possible. Now we're gonna think of what the hell I have to do here. Well, I can easily press the button. Oh. What?
I'm telling them, keep your pants on. Alright, this next test may involve trace amounts of time travel. So, word of advice, if you meet yourself on the testing track, don't make eye contact. Lab boys tell me that'll wipe out time. Entirely. Forward and backward. So, do both of yourselves a favor and just let that handsome devil go about his business.
So I have to get there. Can't get that high. I don't want to prevent bouncing. Not high enough, you say? That was high enough. Another elevator. How the hell did it strive so far? That I cannot place it there, right? No, I cannot. So how is this exactly supposed to work? I don't see any other white surfaces. But how do I get there? Does it even matter? I'm a bit confused. So if I jump here, hit a loop portal down here. Okay, that was it. I didn't even need it on most of these places. Well, fine. Okay.
I'm no psychiatrist, but coming from a bunch of eggheads who wouldn't recognize the thrill of danger if it walked up and snapped their little pink bras, that sounds like projection. They didn't fly into space, storm a beach, or bring back the gold. No, sir, we did. It's you and me against the world, son. I like your grit. Hustle could use some work, though. Now let's solve this thing.
Sure thing. In the next episode. For now, goodbye.